Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is the 24th of September. This is Flosstube 91. Believe that. I told y'all it was a week last week and we're finishing up tonight and tomorrow. We have my aunt's visitation tonight and the service tomorrow. We did Royce's earlier in the week, so we have been doing all things. And so I didn't get a lot of stitching and I just let my brain go crazy with my stitching. We did hit 6,000 subscribers though, so thank y'all so much for that. I appreciate it. And so I decided to do a Blackbird giveaway. So I have, let me be sure I can count because you know, I can't trust myself this week. 6. So 6 Blackbird charts. None of them are new ones, they're older ones. And so they will be giveaways at the end today for our 6,000 subscriber party. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. I couldn't believe it when we hit it. And that's like crazy exciting. And so I will jump right into my stitching though, and then we will get on to all the other things. Like I said, I let my brain go wherever it wanted to. And I have my little basket down here on the bench. So I did get a few stitches in my Jessie Watson. This is Hands Across the Sea, Jessie Watson. It's a sal with Barbara the Raspberry Stitcher. I need more coffee or less coffee. I'm not sure which, but I'm loving it. She divided it all up. By the end of September, I'm supposed to have this border finished to the middle right here. I did change up all my colors just because that's the kooky person that I am. And so I grabbed these and I have been having so much fun with it. And so what I did was I went ahead and closed in these this week while my brain was kind of and then I started on this down here. But mainly I finished closing up these two here so that then I can just run across here, not many stitches left to get to the center, and then we do this section here. So that was 6. I don't know if y'all can see the writing on it there. Finishing up that border is 6 right there, and then make sure I'm pointing at the right place. 7 is this side with the crown and the tree and all this. I'm gonna have to either leave my crown off or something because I had one more set of initials. I had Fernie Ansel Coleman's initials still to go on there. So that will take up part of my crown space. So I'll either leave the crown out or switch it something. I'm not sure yet. I haven't really thought about it. I will probably maybe leave the crown out, which will make me sad, and then put the little eyelet stitches that are right here. Maybe they might fit sideways because they're shorter. So I'll do something like that just to switch it around. This is so much fun. This is a very fun stitch. It's on golden needle, 32 count golden needle from Floss and Fabrics from Jerry Lynn. And Trixie Tricycle said she ordered some from her and she's so fast. I mean, you get a fast response. It's fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So I've always been pleased with ordering from Jerry Lynn, and I meant to call her all week and get something, and I haven't yet. So maybe today, hopefully. But I have had a lot of fun with this guy. She has been super fabulous. Because I'm gonna do Sally. It'll be for my maternal great grandmother, Sally Coleman, on the bottom. So I'm changing the words out to not say Jessie Watson, to say Sally Coleman in honor of my, I said paternal, but it's not. It's my maternal because it's my mom's grandmother. So it's my maternal great grandmother, but she's kin to me through my mom and my papaw. That. So then I did, I grabbed out this guy. I have wanted to stitch him for, I guess, 2 years now. I think Sally sent me this guy. This is Pumpkin Flower by Bent Creek. I don't know if he's still available or not. You can ask your LNS and see if they can get it for you. Is that focusing? I feel like it's not focusing. Maybe now it's focusing. But it's called the Pumpkin Flower Sampler. And it has some little specialty stitches, which I'm changing out some of them. So, in my colors, they've fallen somewhere. Oh, they're right here. Yay. This was part of my Happy Meal this week. And we'll talk about that some more later, but it's my skep scissor holder from Kathy and Peter. How beautiful is that thing? It's made out of wild cherry, and I swear it smells like cherries. But the red I'm using for this is my A Wicked Stepmother Waxahachie. And so it's a orangey, like brick orange, and I love it. It's perfect for this pumpkin. And then I think I've got Penny Lane are the letters, and the tan is, the tan is, I don't know. Lord have mercy, I must have took it off to look at something else with it and forgot to put it back. But it has, let's see, eyelet stitches on this one, Smyrna's on this one, and then I did a rice stitch up here. I'll try to get it to focus on those a little bit. But this is just super cute, fun, fast. I like that I can get it finished, and I like that when I'm feeling like I need a little bit more to think about, I can do a little bit of the specialty stitches and try to help focus my brain, which has been all over the place this week. So, yeah. But this is Pumpkin Flower Sampler by Bent Creek. So it has been another crazy fun little stitch. It has like 3 or 4 colors is all. 3. It probably has 3 colors and I'm using 4. Leave it to me. But it has some little buttons that it calls Poindexter Buttons. And it says that they are by, oh, they're by JABCO. Okay. I didn't know they made buttons that weren't just like crazy. I thought they only made crazy fun buttons. Who knows? So, but they have little, I don't know why we're not focusing today. Well, maybe it's my eyeballs. Maybe it's this picture. I don't know. Either way, it has been a crazy fun little thing to work on to distract my mind this week. So that's 2. I also picked up, and I think I had a little start on this last week. And I'm drawing nearer to the end of Simply Autumn by Drawn Thread. I checked, you can get a kit for this or just a chart from them. You can get the chart, I'm sure, from your LNS. But their kits, you can only get from the drawnthread.com, from their like website. Shelly checked that for me one time and she said, no, they won't sell the kits to the LNSs for some reason. I mean, I don't know why people do what they do. So, but their fabric is, I like their fabric. It's stiff. If you don't like stiff fabric, you may want to like switch out the fabrics. But the silk is Dinky Dyes is what they sent with my other one. What I did was I have used, and this is another piece of Golden Needle Floss and Fabric. And it's a 32 count. And I didn't put everything on board, y'all. I'm so sorry. But this blue for the letters is Blueberry Hill, which Frankie said she was going to be dyeing some more. Y'all have to be patient with them. There's just she and Rhonda. So there's only 2 people doing all that work. So I used Blueberry Hill for the letters, and it is so pretty. And then I used one of my love letters in the sand for the house walls. Is that kind of, I don't know why I seem to be having such a glare today, guys. I dropped the light down a little bit, or the camera down a little bit, I guess. And maybe my camera and my light maybe aren't being friends. But then the rest of these I'm using are, this is from another kit from the Drawn Thread that I did my Welcome Autumn with. And I think I wrote it on there, Welcome Autumn. And I had all these left, especially the brown, because I did my letters blue. So I thought, you know what, I can use these, and they're dinky dyes, and they are so soft, y'all. I've never used lots of silks, y'all know that, just some, but these are really nice. And so I'm just using them to finish this off. I did my house black and white because when the kids were growing up, we lived in a white clapboard house with black trim and a black door. And so this is my house from when my kids were little, and I loved my kids being little, and I loved them being at home. That's really hard for me when they got big. I'm gonna try to scooch myself a little. When they got big and have left, that I have struggled with that. I'm not ashamed to say. My cousin Lori, when I talked to her, she was the same way. She said, you know, it's so hard. All of a sudden she has an empty house, and it's hard. It's just a lot, y'all. And so I did this from their house, from the house when they were little, and we would always do we always had a big Halloween party for kids, and we would all eat together and go get candy and then bust a piñata and all the things. And it was just so much fun. So I wanted it to look like our house, the kids' little house. So all I have left are the rest of the branches. The leaves are done in satin. The pumpkins, the one pumpkin, and then the birds. So, and then the little word autumn is mixed in the branches over there. So it has been coming along fast because I enjoy picking it up because it makes me feel good. I enjoy thinking about that. So I've picked it up a lot this week and just kind of a stitch here, a stitch there, and like that. Like I said, we went to Royce's service on Monday. It was super nice. So he was in the Army 5-7 Cavalry. Probably said that wrong. But that was, we're talking Vietnam and Korea. We're talking a long, long time ago. And two of the men from his battalion unit, I can't remember which they called, came all the way from Austin to be there, which I thought was so sweet. And I mean, these people aren't new, okay? And it would be a long trip if you were 20, let alone when, I mean, they have to be in their 80s, right? Because one of the guys, they served in 64 through 66, like this, kind of a range, 64 through 67 or something. And he said he was 17 when he enlisted. So yeah, not new. But they were so sweet to come. I was really touched by that they came all the way. Y'all, my hair is tickling my face to pieces today. I don't know what's going on here. Goodness. But that is Simply Autumn by Drawn Thread. And so that's been a nice calming little piece I can grab up and work on. Who else is in here? Okay, I did have a start this week. I have 2 starts this week. Okay, I will do my not start first. Thank you for your patience. My start last week, I got a few stitches in again on. And this one we were talking about with Lori. This is First Cock's Crow, and it's a sow. I'm doing it. Kara's doing it. Stitch and Scotty's doing it. We all have this book. Now, Stitch and Scotty is doing hers with the traditional colors they called for. I'm not sure about Kara. I'm changing all my colors up, and I'm putting a little bit of this purpley color in here. It is Violet and Blue by A Wicked Stepmother. And Lori's doing it also. Nothing wrong with me, Lori, just said that. But she was having trouble with the border. If I can get a rhythm going on a border, if it's like a typical border, if it's an atypical border, then I'm always going to be messed up. But if I can get a rhythm going in my border, then I can get on down the road. This is the rhythm that I've done for this one. The pattern has an orange center in here. I did this lavender, okay? So, but if you can see, it has 1, 3, 1, skip, 1, skip. 1, 3, 1, skip, 1, skip, 1, 3, 1, skip, 1, skip, like this. And so that you can see that I keep on doing that, and then I come back and surround it with the black, if you can see that. And then you just do the surround with the black, and you're done. That makes any sense at all? But that's how I like doing a border like that. Where did I set this down? This orange is Jack and Diane. So right here you're seeing DMC 310, which I'll try to pull them all one way. DMC 310, a Wicked Stepmother Jack and Diane, and a Wicked Stepmother Violet and Blue. Now you could do a darker purple if you wanted to. I just kind of like the hue of that purple with that orange on there. And it's changing up the look now. And you may not like the look of that. I mean, that's fine too. But it is really orange heavy. I mean, that's a lot of orange. And it has lots of colors to just be orange. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 colors. But when I look at it, all I see are gray and orange. So I'm just adding things up and changing things up as I go. It's beautiful design, of course. It's a Blackbird. You can never find fault with it, but I just didn't want it to be so orange heavy. And I like orange and purple together always. And Aria thought that color was Aria approved. So y'all know she is a handful. And so if it meets her approval, it's probably gonna be all right, right? Then I gave myself 2 starts. One of them I intended to have done last week. And for some reason I have 17 piles of colors in here. I don't know what that is. Oh, this goes with this. Okay. I got these back in the summer. My friends, Nell, Janelle, and Tracy were met up and did a little stitchy weekend. And they saw these, and Nell remembered that I had loved them. And she called me because they had the whole group. And they sent them, and I ordered it, and they sent it with the fabric. Halloween Rules. No, I'm not sure why I'm not focusing today. I swear I'm not focusing. It's Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate. So, you know, you can get all these off of 123 Stitch bought the rights to all the Lizzie Kate stuff. So you can always get their stuff from them. Now, they may not reprint everything at one time, but they say they will eventually. So if you don't see what you want on their site, which is now moved to, I believe, Louisville, up in Louisville, they say let them know, and they will, you know, they're trying to get to them all as much as fast as they can. But if there's something that a lot of people are asking for, that they'll try to get them first. So, for what that's worth. So this is Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate. I probably will not get this done by Halloween, and I'm not worried about it. I'll work on it next year. I decided to do, it's on 32 count, and I decided to do 1 thread on most of it. I did 2 on the mouth. There are some parts that I'm gonna do 2 threads on, and some parts that I'm gonna do 1 thread on. If I want it to stand out a little bit more, I'll do the 2 threads on it. So the pumpkin itself and the stem has the 1 thread, and then the mouth and the eyeballs and stuff are 2. They're 2 threads. So I pulled think these guys to start with. Yeah. Yeah. These are some of the ones I've pulled to start with. I've got some Gast, some DMC, some Classic Colorworks in here. Just what I had in my stash. But the very first one, you have to go on their site and download the border. And so this is the little pumpkin right here in the center of the border there. And then it'll say Halloween and rules. And then you start going down, down, down to get them all done. So I'm not sure what fabric this is. It's a 32 count something. It's a 32 count something. I just told her something similar. It didn't have to be, maybe it's a 28 count. I thought it was 28. Oh, maybe it's 20. I'm a liar. Because I told her just something close to what they had. So it's a 28 count. I'm a liar. So, 28 count. 1/2 on everything but the mouth, which is 2/2. So, I'm going to use it to little parts that I want to stand out a little more. I'll use the 2 threads. And they come with, can I show this without? Yeah. They come with little buttons and things that go on there. So cute. I'm not sure where it has a button on his collar, and then it has, oh, the other 2 buttons go on the Eat Candy. Because each one you get has like 2 things in it. So this one has wear a costume and eat candy in it. So that orange button is right there, and then the two of those are the black buttons there. And I don't, like I said, I'm not sure what's going on with the light today, y'all. But I had fun. I wanted to be sure and get it started so I could just work on it whenever I wanted to. I usually don't have 10,000 things started, but I've got it in my stash and I want to work on it and I want to get it started. And I hate to start. I hate to start projects. It's the worst. It's the worst. Gathering everything up and figuring out where I'm supposed to be and where I need to start, and I don't like it. So it's my least favorite thing. So if I go ahead and start them, I'm much more likely to work on them because they're started. And I finally, my problem last week with my Lena sampler, this is, this is my crappy copy off the computer because I did the, Frankie sent me the PDF, and I usually get James Williams to help me copy things, but I wanted to copy this and I did a terrible job because I'm not good at this kind of thing. So this is Love Is Not All, and it is by Wicked Stepmother. The border also goes down the sides here, but my paper cut it off because I have no skills. So I had picked my fabric and my threads. I'd grabbed these threads, but I hadn't decided on my border. I didn't want a blue border. So I was trying to think of some color, and I remembered that I had this Sulky. And it is Sulky 4007. 4007. And that I had liked it. I think I used it on my cup. Maybe in my Halloween chalk talk. And this is Vintage Rose. The little tag's still on here. So I finally decided what I wanted to do and got a good start on, decent, not good, but I mean, I got a start enough on my border that I can keep going. So this will be my border around, will be the Sulky threads. And then these colors will be on here. And I am loving this. I told you Frankie said this was one of her favorite quotes, and I did not think I'd read this. I went and read the whole poem. It's beautiful. But it says, I might be driven to sell your love for peace or trade the memory of this night for food. It well may be. I do not think I would. By Edna St. Vincent Millay. So I'm going to, I think, put my initials over here and James Williams' initials over here. I've never done a sampler for us. Of course, there's a lot of times that there's a lot of days I'd trade a hoe hem, not just his love, but for a chicken stick. You know, you get you a chicken stick and be happy, but not most days. And that's just because I'm a hateful person. And he is too. We deserve each other. I've told y'all a million times we're like two scorpions in a tank. That's just how it is. So I'm going to stitch that one, I think, for us. And I think that's everything I worked on this week. But this one is beautiful. And also this one is on, if you go to A Wicked Stepmother on Etsy, this one is on sale for $5 through the end of September, I think. Don't quote me on that. And I may be wrong because I'm prone to being wrong. But I believe it is on sale for $5 till the end of September, at which time it'll go to 10. It is beautiful. She is big and gorgeous. Those trees. I love the house with the fireplaces on either end. Just super fun. And I love the quote. So I will be stitching this one. Frankie is stitching it. Amy said she's stitching it. And I'm trying to think who else. I think that may be all that remembered to message me and tell me that they were stitching it. So, but that has been my stitching this week, except for I did have an FFO, which I'm going to try to grab without knocking everything else over. No guarantees. Ever in my life. I mean, let's be honest. Ever. Okay. Can I reach it? Yes. This is a Midnight Ride. This is Midnight Ride by Blackbird Designs. They have theirs in a black Lonium Lane shaker box, which is beautiful. I have not ordered one. They are expensive. They're gorgeous, but I just haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. I found this shaker box, and it has the little, I don't know if those are called dovetails or what, whatever those things are. But I found this at the junk store, the antique store, when James William and I were junking one day, and I think it was $8. Y'all have to look back from the video back in maybe July 4th when we went. But I think that it was $8. And so I just finished it. I put the Lady Dots Creates pom-poms around the edge that y'all were sweet enough to send. It's kind of tight in here. I had to cram it in, so I probably need to work on a couple of these little places. But I just sewed that around the edge, and I was gonna, it fits in there pretty tight. I got it fitted in there pretty tight. So it is a beautiful pattern. I think this is one of the ones that you'll need to change your color out on because, yes, it calls for Garden Gate, which is like a unicorn at this point. I didn't use Garden Gate. You'll have to look back. I'll have to, if anybody wants to know, I can go find what I used. I don't have that book because I had to change to another Flosstube journal. And it's in the old book what I used. Message me and I can tell you what I used instead of the Garden Gate, because I don't believe I could find the Garden Gate or Onyx. I think this is 310. I did have the Fragrant Cloves, but I did not have the Garden Gate. And this is, I believe, 32 count Prim Green, 30 count Prim Green. I got it from Shelly at Just Stitch and Ink in Strongville, Ohio. She is a doll, and she sent me the Fragrant Cloves and the Prim Green 30 count fabric, and I loved stitching this. This would be a great project to take with you somewhere. I did, however, as you can see, all their initials are dark. I changed mine to orange. So DLW, there I am with my orange initials. And then I changed my date to 2020 because I stitched it in 2020. But I did get it FFO'd this week. I had a whole stack of things I wanted to get FFO'd, and I got one FFO'd. But one is better than none. I'm going to go back to what I tried to tell people. Did you try? Yes, I tried. enough said. I tried. Hallelujah and amen. So, I tried and I got one done. So yay, that was nice. It has a little scissor fob and stuff that goes with it. I didn't get it FFO'd, so hopefully this week. And just on a completely strange off note, if y'all haven't seen BTS, the K-pop band, do Permission to Dance, it is so cute, and that's such a cute song. So if you want to dance around with your grandbabies, or just by yourself or with your significant other, it's a fun song. Also, I wanted to show this real quick. Lynn was sweet enough to send this to me, and it took me a little bit to figure out how to watch the video she sent me, because we all know I struggle. She said two-sided tape, which I used to have, but evidently Ari Kyle has used it. So we would just use some plain tape and wrap it around my finger. If you had two-sided tape, this would be a little easier, but we don't. So we're just gonna go with the regular. This is just regular old Scotch tape. It's even Scotch brand. Now, if you had two-sided tape, that's a little easier. But we're talking about getting beads, and I said I kept nearly spilling the beads everywhere, and I was in a panic about spilling the beads. And Lynn was so sweet to send this to me, because I was like, dude. So here you have this tape wrapped around your finger, and the sticky side is out, right? Okay, watch this. And you can use any kind of bead container. I use these beads because they're a little bigger. Look, they are stuck there on that tape. They are not falling off. And then I can just stick my needle through them and sew them on. What about a genius idea? So thank you so much, Lynn. I could not believe that I was like, oh, they stay? They sure do. Oh, y'all, my nose is itching. I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. This cold front's blowing in, brought something unholy with it around here. Of course, we always be struggling from the allergies. Ugh. Which you can get that new Xyzal, XYZAL, is really good, but it will dry up everything in you. I mean, you will just be like a mummy. So thank you so much, Lynn, for sending that. That worked like gangbusters. Okay, and then Tara sent me that she had seen on Lockerbie Stitches, and I thought I had watched her. Somehow I managed to miss that one. It said Real Noah's Ark by Be Stitched, and it is a Texas Noah's Ark. It like has, you know, armadillo and this kind of stuff. So cute, so cute. And I can't find it online yet, so I'm still looking. So if anybody sees it, holler. The Real Noah's Ark by Be Stitched. And if you want to see it, it's on Lockerbie Stitches. I want to say about 15 minutes in, maybe about 15 minutes I'd been watching. That's where it was. And Tara was kind enough to tell me where it was, but I just started it and kept watching until I got there. But I want to say she said about 15 minutes. And I'm going to say again, Robin had mentioned she, you know, checks, and she's always checking for a wicked stepmother floss. Just keep checking the site. Like I said, if you need something specific, you can probably message Frankie, but it's just the two of them dying. So it, you know, it takes a while to get all that stuff done, and it's just the two of them. So be patient. Sue, yes, my hummingbirds are getting thin too. And it makes me sad and it makes me happy, because I know they're getting down there before it gets cold. They're getting down there to South America before it gets cold. And so that makes me super happy. But I do miss them when they're gone. So I've had just a couple every day. There's one out there now on one of the feeders, but I only see one on one of them. But they are so cute, and I love watching them, but I also don't want them to get cold. So, oh, Kara said that she doesn't have the gift food. So she's the person that shows up with paper products and Tupperware type containers, you know, plastic things that you can put leftovers in and stuff like this. That is just as important for many reasons, because like my cousin Lori, when I called her, she was at work all day. You can't really be at work all day and then drive. I think she has like a 40-minute drive to get home and then cook and then get something over there in time for somebody for dinner. So she, you know, brought bottled water and some Cokes and things like that. But that's important. It is important. Probably more so than the food, because, you know, let's be honest. Because, you know, I mean, my friend Sue, she always brings food too, but she always brings toilet paper and paper towels. Because you have extra folks in your house using up those things. And ain't nobody wanting to run out of that. So paper products and plasticware and that kind of stuff are so important. Just as important as food. And Viv, and there were several that talked about losses, and Judy and Viv and Micah, who I looked up how your name is spelled, M-I-E-K-E, but it's Micah. I hope I'm saying it right, because that's my daughter's Micah, so I love that. And Pam and Susan, grief it just becomes a part of us. It just becomes a part of who you are. It doesn't go away. It doesn't, it's still there. You just, it's like a crutch, you know, something you have to carry with you all the time, like a cane or something. You have to, it's there. It's there with you all the time. And you just learn to get on down the road with it. And it's hard. But yes, it does not go away. But I am sorry for all y'all's losses. We were talking about losses and that made me think of that. Okay, now, this is, where am I here? Kathy had asked, which I'm gonna have to cover it up, show it. I don't think you can see that right there, no. This is your cut from a pattern I love that I stitched years ago, evidently in 1989, and I loved, and I still love. It's still one of my favorite things. And it is in and it was from, I think Kim sent it to me last week, and there was a question asked about it. It is in the July 1989, can y'all see that? July 1989, For the Love of Cross Stitch. And sometimes you can get these on Etsy or at Half Price Books or like this. But this has, I stitched that in here. I stitched a couple of these little Santa Clauses that year. I stitched, my cousin Betsy stitched that for my Aunt Beth. I remember that. I stitched this girl that I'm gonna turn into a little bag, but she's so cute. And it's two little girls in a wheelbarrow. And then it says, always my friend, you lighten the load and keep my barrel on the road. So this thing is just got tons of great stuff in it. This one I still see people stitch sometimes is in here. That's the one on the cover. I mean, there's just all kind of good things in here. Some of these magazines, old magazines, they could probably re-release these things and do just fine, but it's the July 1989 For the Love of Cross Stitch is what that one is in. Dottie. My notes to myself, Lord have mercy. Yes, the Noah stocking at Mama Loves You GB, Michelle, showed the Noah's Ark stocking. And it is by Carriage House Samplings. I need it. I'm finna have to call and order it, Dottie. I like to have flipped. So cute. So cute. Yes, I loved it. Okay, Jackie said that Michael's has some of the little wooden coffins, and Broomhilda done moved over there, but the little wooden coffins that we were talking about, and also that it has spools of anchor floss, like this one. Dottie sent me this one. The small ones, it says are on sale for 69 cents, and the bigger ones were on sale for $1.99. I don't know if they still are, but that's a lot of floss for 69 cents. And you can see when you pull it off here, let me separate it out and see, you can see. If I can pull it apart so y'all can still see the ends. It is a 6-stranded floss. Okay, how about holding this up in front of my snot rag? Y'all love me for that. Just like a regular floss, but it's on a spool. So I have been using this. It is easy to use and pull it off, and it doesn't get all crinkled up or anything. So I have loved that. So thank you for letting us know, because that is a really good buy. Okay. Patty Penn said on my Noah's Ark that last week, Char sent in that you could get the little whale buttons and the star button at the top from Threadneedle Street in Issaquah, which Trixie Tricycle was kind enough to let me know that I said it the right way, which makes me happy. A name is important. And, which I don't know why I didn't think. Patty said I could just glue them on, which is true. I could just use my E6000 or something and glue them on there. Or my Eileen's might even do it without taking it all apart, where I have it all done together in the frame. So that's a fabulous idea, because I will never take it out of the frame and do anything else with it. And I said, when I said that lockdown was hard on me because I am social, and Patty Penn said she's not, that she was just real happy, you know, being in the house and everything. So when we go to things, Patty Penn, you just come on with me. My friends who are antisocial say that's the best thing. Just roll in behind me, and I never stop talking to anybody, and never stop talking long enough for anybody else to notice that they're not talking. So, problem solved, Patty Penn. We'll start going places together. No one will ever know you're antisocial because I talk so much, they'll never notice. We've solved our life's problems just like this. Colleen, her son, and her grandson are September 14th and 24th birthdays. And so she has had, like Aria Kyle, having her, as we call it down here, and I don't know why we call it, we say your birthday's wrong. Which is horrible. It's horrible to say your birthday's wrong, but that's what we say. If you're born after September 1st and you don't meet the cutoff for school, and you say, hey, why can't I go to school? And you say, well, baby, your birthday's wrong, which is horrible. Why do we say that? But that's what we say. Maybe we could try to work on the verbiage a little bit. Try to make that sound, your birthday's wrong. Because Dust's birthday's wrong. He'll have his birthday on Saturday. My sister, her weekend, man, it's been, of course, she lost, you know, we lost our aunt. We're worried about how my mom's going to take it at the visitation and the funeral. And then one of her friends, since they were kids, we're just going to throw this in here. It's a little bit dark, but we're going to do it because it has to be done. Her father committed suicide years ago. And grief is with you all the time. We just talked about that. And her brother has been in chronic pain for years. He got sick when they were all in school, and it affected a lot of his inner organs and stuff, and he has been in pain his whole life. I mean, here we all stayed at 50. I'm 54. She's she'll turn 50. Well, she just turned 50 last year. And I think he was 3 or 4 years. Mine was 3 or 4 years younger than Sonia and sister. And he committed suicide. And she's struggling. Obviously, he was struggling. I don't know if y'all saw, I don't know if any of y'all follow my Bailey, my daughter-in-law. She is struggling with postpartum depression, and she posted about it yesterday. please tell somebody. Please tell somebody. Now, sometimes there's nothing you can do. Her brother had been getting help, but sometimes pain is too much. And so my sister will be, she won't be at my aunt's funeral. She'll be at my aunt's visitation. And then she's going to go to Sonia's brother's funeral and be sure she's there for her. But please, y'all, in my brain, because I am a self-centered person, I always think suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Because in my brain, everything is temporary but me. Because that's me. But everybody's brain doesn't work that way. And I don't know how people are dealing with pain and different things. But please, 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 reach out. Call somebody. Call a helpline. Tell a neighbor, a family member, a friend. Do not try to carry all that by yourself. Don't. And for the people who couldn't take it and have made that choice for themselves, I'm in no place to judge that person. And I never would. I'm not going to be one of these people that's going to say, well, they're going to hell. That is not helpful and it's not kind. And if that's the best thing you can say, shut your mouth. That's what I'm going to leave right there. If that's the most help you can give, shut it. Don't say a word. Nobody needs that. Nobody wants that. So save it. So if that's the best thing you can say to somebody when they are having to deal with that from a family member or a friend or personally having those thoughts, don't do it. Shush. Save it. I'm going to tell you to take that to your prayer closet and talk to Jesus about that, or whoever it is you talk to. Because I'm pretty sure that Jesus would never have looked at anybody and said, well, you're going to hell for that, when they're feeling horrible already. So whoever it is you talk to, I feel like you need to talk about that a little bit. So one rant down. Sorry, y'all. Get on down the road. Okay, Kara. She said, because I say, my mama's a ball baby, and I don't cry a lot. I'm not a big crier. I rarely cry. I didn't cry at Royce's. I teared up a time or two. But the funny thing about me is what will get me crying is singing. Singing. I can't, if I had $1 for every time I cried while standing in the choir. Now, I don't boo-hoo or anything else, but the tears will run and pour. And when I hear when I'm singing the national anthem, I have a hard time not crying. So there's something for me about singing that I guess it frees up something. I'm not able to keep a grasp on something that I must keep a grasp on, be it consciously or unconsciously, when I'm thinking about singing. So that's what's weird about me. That's a weird thing about me. But I love that you can cry with people and for people and feel for people like that. Laurie's very empathetic like that, and she can show it. I'm empathetic, but I can't show it. I can't show it, and it won't do right for me. But Laurie, she was so fabulous. And so people like Carrie and Lauren, people like that, it's fabulous for you, but because you do make people not feel like a crybaby. I mean, because you can cry with them, and I'm standing there looking like some kind of a weird statue or something because things ain't working like they ought to, I guess. Zan, I thought about you this morning, and I don't know if you can find like other people's news on your show, on your TV, but this morning on my Channel 8 News, which is like Good Morning Texas, they had the Prairie View A&M Panther Band on there, and they were killing it. They were killing it. Their drum line is so fabulous, and they had the, I don't know, they don't have flags, so I don't know if that's what they call their drill team. Our flag corps always had flags or rifles, But like our drill team was not a part of our band. Like we were drill team, but we didn't do anything with the band. We were separate. We played to the band's music, but that was, does that make sense? So I don't know, and they didn't have batons, so they weren't twirlers. So Zan, I'm probably saying the wrong word, but they were fabulous. They were fabulous. So if you can find the Channel 8 Good Morning Texas show this morning, they were at the State Fair, Texas, part of the time, and then they had the Prairie View A&M band who was killing it. So if any of y'all's kids are in that band, or y'all know anybody that is, they were fabulous this morning and made my morning. Okay. Vicky and Tammy B both said, and there was somebody else over here on this side. Anyway, we don't have a test out policy here in Texas. So if your birthday's wrong, you can't test out and go ahead and start the next year. I tried to with Micah. Micah's birthday was September 26th. Boys especially, I feel like need that extra year. But girls, I don't think always do. But they wouldn't let me start Micah early, and even the private schools around here, you know, because Kimi went to Ovilla Christian School last year, and they would not let her test her out and start her early, even though, and this is just difference in kids. You know, you'll have a painter and a dancer and a scientist, you know, in the same household, okay? You can be trying to do Kimi's letters with her and stuff, or words, and Aria will scream it out from across the room when she's coloring what it is, because she already knows. Kimi's learning, but she already knows. It's just difference in kids and the way they think and the way their brain works. It just is. So, Tammy B, we did get ABC Mouse. We talked about that, and so we got it, and so Aria didn't even want to get out the car at school the other day because she wanted to finish her ABC Mouse thing. So Aria is still loving ABC Mouse more than Kimi loves ABC Mouse, but Kimi's liking it too. So, but yeah, we have no test out policy, sadly. Oh, and okay, good enough. I do have a lot of yellow and orange now, but back then I did not. I don't know if there was so much going on in my life I couldn't stand that extra bump of fierce color. I don't know if at that time with our kids at home, James Williams and I were so fierce and everything was so fierce, it was just too much. One more thing was too much. Now I have tons of yellow and orange out here, but back then I did not, but I do now. And Jack and Sprat and Mary Jo and Grandma Rose, yes, we have to stop telling boys that it's not okay to cry, it's not okay to feel things, it's not okay. Now, why I don't want to see no, like I said, I don't want to see no ball baby throwing a fit about nothing. I don't want to see fitting. Let me say that. From a boy or a girl. I don't want to see fitting. I don't like a lot of drama and fitting and all that. That don't work for me. You just need to get on down the road is my thought. Okay, get on down the road, get on down the road. Which is not healthy in and of itself. But what I would say to my kids was, okay, I've looked at all that I'm going to look at. If you need to keep crying, you need to go to your room. If you need to keep crying, you need to go outside. If you need to holler, you need to go get in the shower, because I've listened to all I'm about to listen to. It's okay to feel that way, and it's okay to express that. It's also okay for me not to listen to it. So get out. So if you wonder why my kids are jacked up, now you know. Because that's, but it's okay to feel these things. And it's okay for that. And we have to stop saying that it's not. Girls, boys, everybody. It's okay. Whatever you're feeling, feel it and get on past it. Feel it and try to work through it. Don't just wallow in it, and just because you want to feel it, don't mean everybody else has to. So, you have the right to express yourself one time. After that, you can take it somewhere else, because everybody else ain't going to listen to that. So, there you go. Okay, and now Ernie, I'm continually having this problem, but so far I haven't had it to this degree. She has a floss ring with flosses on it. It's supposed to go in a kit. She can't remember where, she can't figure out what it fell out of or where it came out of. So, any ideas? I thought maybe, Ernie, if you will send me what they are, like just type it out or something, maybe somebody else will recognize those, because it'd be something they're working on. So that's my best thought. And if anybody else has had that happen, holler. Helen said, hey there, Pumpkin. If y'all are having a hard time finding this, I think it's probably still on the Hands-On Design site, but she said she saw it on Stash Unload. And so this is Hey There, Pumpkin. I think I changed up the colors on mine because, well, I'm me. Grandma Rose, prayers for your friend who lost their leg. We have a young friend who is dealing with the same thing right now. He was in a wreck, and it looks like they're hoping to amputate it just above the knee, but it's looking like it maybe have to be at the hip. So, the Cox Crow Sal, which was this one. So far, I have Stitch and Scotty, Kara, and Lori. Let me know if anybody else. Lena Sal, I have Amy on there. Amy, she's only in church pre-K, so there's not, she said, you know, ask if she can have like the next step up of work, even if it's from the next grade, they might give her extra, you know, work to work on, but Aria's just in pre-K. So that's the problem. You know, she's in the last year of pre-K, and this school don't have, it's just like a little Mother's Day out thing. They don't have kindergarten. So that's all they do. So that's why we're hoping the ABC Mouse will start to bridge the gap. Okay, I did hear from y'all about Grandparents' Day. Rose in Arizona, Rachel Q, Rachel in North Carolina, Joanne in Southern California, Nancy in Minnesota, and Kenona said they do have Grandparents' Day there. They have Grandparents' Day there. Cindy in Canada said no Grandparents' Day. And Ava, which I thought, oh, that makes sense. On the base schools, the military base schools, they didn't do Grandparents' Day because, you know, most of the time the grandparents weren't around. That makes perfect sense. I'd never even thought of that aspect. And Denise at Black Ribbon Studios, y'all, she's going to be starting Autumn by Cricket Collection, this one right over here, on October 1st. So if any of y'all are working on that, holler, and y'all can keep checking up on each other. Stan, thank you so much. You are so sweet. You always know the right things to say. And I'm loving your stitching that you're showing, your quilts and things that you're showing. So thank you, and I love looking at your stuff always. Cindy said Jan Hicks and Cooler Designs has a lot of Noahs, and I've seen some of theirs, so I need to go look and see, flip through all of their, and it's Cooler with a K, K-O-O-L-E-R, Cooler Designs, has lots of Noahs. Okay, Peggy, thank you for sending me this, because I don't know if it, I swear the Baptist Church never said this, that Noah's wife's name is Nayama. Nayama is the way it looked like when I looked at the phonetic part of it, which means beautiful or pleasant one, which is a beautiful name. If anybody's about to have a baby, that is a beautiful name, y'all. Nayama. That is a beautiful name. N-A-apostrophe-A-M-A-H. But anyway, it's Genesis, I think she said 4:22. Is that what you told me? But all my life, never known that. So thank you so much, Peggy. Okay, Loretta, this Alma Lynn book was published by, I guess they did their own publishing. It says Alma Lynn Designs on there. And then I'm going to hold this up here and hopefully it will focus. It says the 7th printing, Charted Designers of America, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's just them. I think they just did their own. Alma Lynn Designs. But I couldn't find a different publishing house anywhere on here. I found photography, but I do not find anything else separate listed for a different publisher. So I guess they published their own, but it is fabulous, y'all. This thing is chock full of absolute goodness. So good. So I don't know, Loretta, I don't know if that helped or not. I feel like I'm not very helpful. And I have a note on here, Loretta, that says email me so I don't forget. I've already forgotten, so please email me. Loretta, what's wrong with me? Lord. Okay, Susan, her grandbaby, I was loving this. She said her grandbaby was taking care of her, grandbaby being the doctor. And she looked in her ears and everything. She took her temperature. She said she had a temperature was 102. And she took her blood pressure and she said her blood pressure was high. Now, of course, this is just pretend, y'all. She's not really about to kick out. But Riley, her granddaughter, then said, I know just what's wrong with you. You got a squirrel in your ears. Well, I feel like I have a squirrel in between my ears a lot of times, but I'm feeling like that would probably mess you up. Adrian and Brenda are both on the gassed, looking for the gassed espresso bean and garden gate. I think Frankie said she might be able to help out Brenda. So Adrian is still looking. So if anybody sees those at your LNS, please holla, because those, I don't understand why some things are still so hard to get. Maybe they have a different base or something, I don't know. Or maybe we've all just been waiting for them so long we need so many more. I don't know. Okay, Sunny Beams says she keeps her fancy floss, because where I had mine grouped in reds and blues and greens like this, she does hers in alphabetical order. So that's a great idea. If you always, mine I put in color groups, because I will think, I don't want that to be pink, I want that to be red, or I don't want that to be gold, I want it to be a real yellow. And so I'll go and I grab that ring and just pick the color. But if having them in alphabetical order, because no matter what company they're from, alphabet's alphabet. So I think that's a genius idea that Sunny has to keep them all where they need to be. And Karen, if we're married to the same man, I'm gonna need you to step up a little bit and keep him at the house more. Because I'm gonna tell you right here, he's here a lot. So if we're married to the same man, Karen, you're not doing your part, because I have him way more than 50% of the time. She said she thinks we may be married to the same man. We should show a picture, which I intended to grab a picture of James Williams and I currently, but I forgot. And I forgot to get the iPad, because I took a picture of him with Catch last night. We got to have Catch a while Baby went and took some pictures of family she takes pictures for. She's a photographer. And so she went to take some family pictures for them, and he got to stay here with us while she went. So that was super fun. Okay. Now, y'all, this is going to be, I hope this don't hurt nobody's feelings. Carol has she says she has a squirrel, and it keeps trying to get back in their attic, even though they've closed it up. I don't know. Maybe this is just a Texas thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just at the feed stores here. If you will go to the feed store, and I assume that's where we get it. I don't know where the people get things if you ain't got a feed store. Maybe you can order it offline. God, if that busted, it'd be rough. But you get coyote or bobcat pea. And yeah, pea like it's piss. Yeah. But it's granulated. And you shake it around. And they're scared of those smells. Squirrels, they didn't want to get eat up. So shake it out in your attic. We used to keep it in the attic at the other house, and when the kids were little, the white house with the black trim, all the time to keep the squirrels from wanting to get up in there. So if you can get you some and shake it out in the attic and like in the gutters and things, the squirrels will back off a little bit. So it works. And I hope you can find some. I hope you have a feed store, and or if maybe you can order it offline. I don't know, but we buy it at the feed store here. But I never thought about a lot of places maybe don't have a feed store. So the feed store has it. Tractor Supply, if you got a Tractor Supply, probably at Woods, those kinds of things. Good luck, but it will work fabulously. Trixie Tricycle, y'all know I'm crazy about her, and I love when I get to watch her and all. Thank you for being so sweet, but I bet your brownies are fabulous. I love to make brownies and I love to eat brownies, but Trixie said, but Mom won't hold a candle to yours. I bet they're probably better. They're fabulous. I know they are. And the birch tree gets lots of questions. This guy here is off of Amazon. He come off of Amazon and he is in the drop down menu in the comments. You know, in the comments, if you hit the thing and go down, the link to it is on there. If not, and it's been there for a long time, so. And then Happy Mail this week. Okay. First off here, I got this beautiful thank you note, which Micah tried to steal because of the peacock. This is from Rhonda. She sent me this beautiful thank you note with the sweetest note inside. Micah loves peacocks. And so Micah came in and said, oh, and was trying to nab my card. So thank you. That was so sweet to send that, Rhonda. And then this came from Kendra. And y'all look at this cute card. I think she said her mama makes it. Her mama goes to the thing and they make them. And y'all know I love to go to my card class. But look, how cute is that little chicken card? And it says, hey chick. And then on the inside it says, you're a good egg. How cute is that? I loved it. And she sent me this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful silk, which I cannot wait to use on some fall things. It says it is NPI, Needlepoint Silks Ink, color Kingfisher. Look at that color. Thank you so much, Kendra. All these sweet things, all notes and things always cheer me up when y'all send nice comments and everything. And then I open up this and wow, that is so beautiful. So I can't wait to use that with some beautiful fall oranges. So thank you so much for sending that. And then Patience has sent me things before. And so I didn't even know this was coming. She's always so sweet. And she always sends a cute little note on here. She's Stitching 304 on Instagram. And look at this. It is a Precious Moments kit. And it has the beautiful, there it is. How cute is that? But look at all these fun fibers. I'm crazy excited about these because there's metallics and there's like some thick like wool and all these other things. So thank you so much, Patience. I thought, what in the world could that be? And it was this beautiful kit of these beautiful little things. Thank you so much. It's so cute. So, so cute. And then the last Happy Mail, and I'm blabbing on today for sure, is this gorgeous thing. It is stunning. It is a skep scissor holder. Kathy asked her husband Peter to make her one, and he did such a beautiful job and enjoyed it, and so he's been making some. So she not only sent me this beauty, and it says it's a wild cherry from a neighbor of theirs, gave Peter the wood after he chopped the tree down. And y'all, I swear it smells faintly of cherries. I never knew that. I mean, I know you can use cherry wood to smoke, you know, like meat and stuff with, but I swear it smells of cherries. But this thing is gorgeous, gorgeous. So she sent me this beautiful card, and this thing was in here. And so not only did she send me one, but she said she would give one to a viewer. So I thought that was so sweet this week. So one of these will also be one of the shares. Let me move all this stuff around so we can see what the shares are for this week. And then we'll go back over them real quick. So this week I did Blackbirds for the 6,000 subscribers. I did Blackbirds. So I've stitched No House Without a Mouse here. So this will be one. So we have, and you just get to pick from what he has. He has like different designs and things. So you can pick, or they'll send you, or be gracious is what I'm going to say to you. She said, and then y'all can also, and I will show this in a minute so you can see, she's Carolina Cross Stitcher on Instagram. And choose from what we have. So whenever If you get chosen, you can choose from what they have available. So does it be a scissor holder thing, which I use like this because I love seeing my floss in there. I love that. My scissors are ugly, and so, but then it makes my scissors not look so ugly. So with a No House Without a Mouse, this one I stitched a long time ago and gave away. Dear Friend by Blackbird will be one of the shares today. These two stocking books, so I hung up some of my stockings, some of my Blackbird stockings on here. There's a few of those hanging up. So there's two stockings. There is March of the Daffodils and Splendid September are here. And then Casting a Spell. I did the tutorial on how I finished mine different than it says to because it was too hard for me to do that way. So the Casting a Spell book is one of the shares. And then the Midnight Ride is one of the shares. So those will be the shares this week. And let me announce the shares from last week before I forget because, Okay. November Twirls is Sherry Eccles. Sherry Eccles. Email me your address, and my email is in the comment section. And then last week's was also the Squirrel by Loohoo Stitches, who is so cute with that little maple leaf on there. It goes to Shangle Spring Stitcher. Shangle Spring Stitcher. Email me your address, please. And then the Just Cross Stitch from Lori goes to Sue Posno. Sue Posno. If you will let me know your mailing address also, I will get those in the mail. And then I'm going to try to, is this right here, y'all? Okay, here I'm going out of frame for a minute. Hello? Can I find this and get it without falling out of the chair and killing myself? Because I forgot to do this one the other day. All these for the 2-year Flossiversary. I forgot to draw and announce. So I went back and did the random comment picker for it. And it's Diane Cupido. Diane Cupido, if you will let me know, I will get that in the mail to you. These are so cute. But it was all 26 of the alphabets. So cute. So I need to hear from those people on those. So then we're back over here again. Woohoo. Okay, so if you're interested in this beautiful scissor holder, be sure and use the word scissor or scissors. Let's put an S on it, scissors. This thing is so gorgeous, and I'm gonna try to hold this up right here where y'all can see. She's Carolina Cross Stitcher. Y'all see how I scribbled on the bottom? I'm trying to, horrible. Maybe that'll make it focus better. Okay, Carolina Cross Stitcher on Instagram, or her email is kathy.firth@gmail. Right there. So that is that thing is just beautiful, and I spend part of the time this week just touching it because it's beautiful. So if you're interested in a scissor holder from Kathy and them, you can email them or message her on Instagram and order one, or you can use the word scissors for the share. Okay, the other one is Dear Friend. Let me see if I can get it to focus a little bit. Dear Friend by Blackbird Designs. This one is pretty old. And if you're interested in that one, use the word friend. Okay, friend. No House Without a Mouse. I did mine, let me see see, this one is on probably 16 count, 18 count. It's on 18 count rust colored Ada. I did it a long time ago. I don't even think I have my name on here so long ago. 2016, there I am. 2016 and my initials over there. But it's on 18 count rust colored Ada with ecru, DMC ecru. I did mine in the reverse. So if you're interested in this one, use the word mouse in your comment, because it's without a mouse is the name of it. So mouse. Splendid September, and it has that design and these two designs in it. And each one has the little, it tells you what fabrics to use. And then it has, let me see if I can do it this way, the little template for FFO in it, in here, in each book. So if you're interested in this one, use the word September. We have March of the Daffodils. And it has these three in it. This one right here, I did as one of my red, white, and blue stockings with different colors for summer. I did that one like that. So you can always change your colors up. If you're interested in this one, use the word March. And like I said, please make sure you're subscribed and like the video and use the word in the comment so that the random comment picker can know you're interested. This is Midnight Ride. All these are Blackbirds. Use the word midnight. If you're interested in this one. And then lastly, Casting a Spell. Casting a Spell by Blackbird. So if you're interested in this one, use the word spell. S-P-E-L-L. Like this. I know my words come out wrong for people sometimes, so use spell, that word right there. So, subscribe, like, comment if you're interested in any of those fun things. And I think I have gone on way too long. Oh my gosh, I'm at 1:17, so I need to shut up and get on down the road. I will get off here and try to get this uploaded real quick. And y'all have a happy Friday and have a great weekend. And I will see y'all next week. Enjoy your stitching.